Hello, and welcome to the Great Game Debate podcast, where friends come together to talk about video games and our lives. I'll be your host, Katie Berthay Lane, as always, and joining me is the godfather of the debate, Jonah. How you doing, buddy?
Bro, I'm so ready for this freaking recording to just be done. Behind the scenes, I feel like I'm a broken record because I've said this a couple times already. This is now our fourth attempt, and we are going back old school, recording off of Discord. Zencastr, you've officially failed us. Hopefully, next time you're not garbage.
Sort it out.
So, yeah, if you can see, my living room is a trash heap because I'm moving. That's why we're doing this weird episode. I got boxes, posters, pictures, trash bags. Still got some of my stuff up on my wall on my TV. You can see the blue light right there. But yeah, I'm doing good.
All right. Fingers crossed. And of course, we are joined by our man in Australia, Steven. How you doing, buddy?
I officially understand what it must feel like to record a Stanley Kubrick film, doing 150 takes of the same scene.
Yep. And we have the pleasure of being joined once again by returning guest Ryan from the Spelunkers. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm glad you could join us last minute. If you wouldn't mind just letting our listeners know where they can find Spelunkers content and maybe a little bit about what you guys have been working on recently.
Yeah, so anywhere you listen to podcasts and on YouTube, Spelunkers Game Explorations. The main show right now is Gotta Rank 'Em All. We're closing in on the end of all the current Pokemon, and we're going to be done just as soon as Scarlet and Violet release, so we're ready to rank the new ones when they're ready. And October 15th, Extra Life stream on our Twitch channel, partnering with the Draft Punks.
Awesome.
Always fun to do that for the sick kids across the country.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
And
Ryan.
a big update as well.
Ryan,
is
it's
that
almost as though you've done that read like 4 times or something. You did that incredibly.
The one update that I noticed with Gotta Rank 'Em All is we recently had Pokemon Demotion. That was
oh yes.
I actually had to turn off. I had to turn off the video because you were about to demote Mewtwo. So
No, la 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 la. That's pretty good. Well, we'll be missing Wes this week. He's on a work trip, so we're flying without him. We'll be missing his obscure video game trivia. And just to lighten Jonah's workload, it's going to be a special short episode. We're just going to do some community questions and a game prepared by Steven. So without further ado, I hope you all remember to jump in your shrink ray and kill a ladybug, because you'll need that insect axe for the icebreaker. All right, so I actually have a third question. This one comes in.
This is the
from...
first question, Caden. What are you talking about?
This one's coming in from Damn It Danny in the Discord.
Oh, Danny!
Yeah, shout out Danny. If you could be a protagonist in a horror game for the day, who would it be and why? This is a tricky one because it's never a good thing to be a protagonist in a horror game. So I guess the most innocuous. I was thinking perhaps the protagonist for myself of Layers of Fear, because he's just like an alcoholic who bumbles around a mansion drunk and just like has to deal with jump scares that are harmless. So I think, might get away with my life on that one. Yeah. Anything come to mind, Steven?
Yeah, well, I guess if you're thinking that route with what's the safest bet, I guess you could just be someone from Project Zero or what do you call it in the States? The camera game.
Oh, Fatal Frame.
Fatal Frame.
Is that called Project Zero in Australia?
Yeah.
So interesting.
But yeah, so it's like you could just choose not to be a photographer of ghosts. You just go, I'm just gonna go home today.
I'm gonna go home. Yeah, it's like the what was it, Outlast? It's like just don't go to the asylum. Yeah. You got anything, Ryan, that comes to mind?
I've got can we count psychological horror?
Of course.
Yeah, okay, then I would be the protagonist in Omori. I
Oh,
might get mentally fucked up, but I'd be making it
alive.
out okay. Yeah.
there you go. Jonah, you got anything?
Yeah, I do. It's called recording this podcast. I'm sorry to all the listeners. Google just decided. So I got a Google timer up on my middle monitor,
Mhm.
and the stopwatch is going, but the timer decided to go off for whatever reason. So I'm sorry about that. God, I'm serious. This podcast, this episode has
Yeah.
just been a
So
nightmare.
This
being
one's-
you in your
wanna
real
be-
life.
Me in my
is
real
the-
life.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 5, Chris Redfield, just so you can just destroy the computer with one
Yeah.
fist. Like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
punch a hole through it.
Does Luigi's
Horror
Mansion
game.
count as a horror game?
Family horror. It's
Luigi's
family horror.
Mansion. Oh, you know what? That's actually a good take. I'd like to
Wait,
be.
Luigi.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be Luigi for sure.
All right. Thanks again, David Daddy, for the question there.
Here, let's get
so
one more question. I want to get at
Okay.
least one more question in.
let's see. Maybe we could remix our answers from this question.
Okay.
Coming in from Bean Dip Bro. That's Brandon. Shout out. What is your favorite enemy from a horror game? So maybe we can come up with some different ones. One of my favorite horror games is Evil Within 2, and the first time I saw, I don't know if any of you guys have played it, but there's these enemies that are just like multiple people fused together and just
Oh.
rotting, and they're emitting like a toxic smoke. And they kind of like wiggle and shamble around on like
Yeah.
two skinny legs, and they're screaming. And the first time you see one of those in the distance just coming out of the mist, you're like, there's that quote from John Carpenter's The Thing where that one character's like, "You gotta be effing kidding!" Like that's what I was thinking when I first saw that thing. Steven, you got anything?
That going off of that, actually, like, because that is just a horrifying thing. Like a very that sort of like practical effect of just being a whole bunch of people glued together. Like, obviously you got the Rat King from The Last of Us 2, which I like visually but don't like the fight particularly.
Yeah.
So, and also I guess not liking the fight, but on the way to the one Reborn is those just blobs that burst out of the carts in Bloodborne. They are disgusting.
I'm gonna try to
Absolutely
look up the name of
gross.
those things because I remember they have a great name, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, that's a great pick.
That, and when you think about things joined together, like the snake pits are also gross in Bloodborne as well.
Yeah. Jonah?
Just going like rebounding off your Evil Within 2, the Grudge Witch thing, the Ice Witch.
Yeah.
Dude, that messed me up every time. Those scenes where you're stuck in the insane asylum and you're trying to escape her and you got to figure out the puzzle while she's creeping around. Oh, man. Terrifying. But if you get through all those scenes and all those segments, you get the revolver. So that's pretty cool. And we had a surprise hello from Zach and he left. So
We'll see. Maybe he'll come back. Yeah, and that enemy will appear randomly too on the overworld, and you're just like, oh, nope.
No
But,
thanks. No thanks.
Yeah, that's a good one. What, Ryan, you got a second pick?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to Omori.
Nice.
And without saying too much, because I don't want to. That game has a lot of things that are worth experiencing on your own for the first time. So I don't want to delve into it, but the boss fight against the darkness.
Okay. You know, I guess.
Chilling. I mean, just the sprite they have. It's an extremely large, toothy smile, just kind of emitting from the shadows with very thin, like I want to kill you eyes. It's
nice. I'll have to look that up. That sounds chilling. All right. Well, that does it for our community questions. So I'll hand things over to Steven to run the game for us this week.
All right, lads. I've got some good news and some bad news. I'll mix it up, right? Good news first. Look, welcome to the team, Ryan. Like, we're glad to have you here. A little bit of background for all the GGD fans. Like, for the last 2 years, we've been making it a video game. Unfortunately, the bad news is Wes has embezzled $100,000 and is currently on the run. So that's kind of another reason why Jonah's, all packed up. He can't actually afford to stay.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say that on the show, but yeah. So I have to leave because Wes took all my money, so I can't afford my place anymore.
You gotta buy a better closet.
I'm moving into Wes's old closet because that's the only place I could afford. And welcome to the team, Ryan. I hope you don't screw us over like Wes did. I
would never.
Yeah. So like obviously we're all like, well, each of the main three of us are 25K in the hole. Luckily, Ryan's come in on a black budget, but just know that you won't be paid until we make this game finally. So
like everything else,
we've had a bit of feature creep in the in the process of creating the game. So unfortunately, on our negative $75,000 budget, we kind of have to scale back, and so this is Kill Your Babies Game Mechanics Edition. We will be killing all of these potential video game mechanics for our game until we have just 4 left. Each person gets 1 save in this discussion as we drill down the list until we finally have 4 video game mechanics that hopefully we can put together into a game, and maybe you guys can support us by buying that game and get us out of this debt. That'd be really nice.
And then we can maybe hire a lawyer.
Jonah can live, Jonah can actually have a house, to stay in.
I love how Ryan doesn't care about my living situation. He wants to hire a lawyer to track
we got to
down
get after Wes.
Well,
all right?
that's the thing. Like, Ryan is working pro bono at the moment, so like we have to respect that he wants money too. Like, all right, let's get amongst it, lads. We're gonna go through our potential axes. So, our video game mechanics to cut are double jump, slide, sprinting, wall run, teleport, bullet time, parry, dodge roll, chain lightning, active reload, hook shot or grappling hook, free climb, auto res, rage mode or overdrive mode, a health rally system, trick weapons, drift boost, air dash, bomb or rocket jumping, coyote time, lock on camera, XP share, corpse explosion, overwatch or hero sight, gory kill coup de grace finisher, air juggle, remote projectiles, i.e. remote rockets or arrows, summons, including assist trophies or pokeballs or, Bahamut, rewind, possession, flying, crafting, stealth, backstabbing. All right.
Real
Ryan,
quick, what is
coyote time? It
Coyote
means that
time.
when you fall off an edge, you have a couple seconds where you can still do your first jump before doing a double jump. So you don't instantly go into double jump mode when
most
you're in
really
that
good
coyote
platformers
time.
have it, like Celeste or
Gotcha.
Lexi 2 has it, Hollow Knight has it. It feels really bad when it's not there.
Yeah, you notice it when it's not there.
Okay.
So, as our newest member, Ryan, you can axe the first thing. What are you feeling? What don't we need in our game to be successful?
I don't think we need active reload.
Nah.
Don't need active reload.
Get it out of
Feels
here.
good, but so many games don't have it anyway.
Yeah. And they survive without it. All right, Jonah. What are we axing?
I guess we're just taking the shooter mechanic out of this because I'm saying bomb and rocket jump.
Okay.
I don't think
do
I've
like
ever
how-
actually done a rocket jump in my entire life. It's pretty sad, right?
Having a third jump is nice, though.
Yeah.
All right, Caden, what are we doing?
Let's see here. I'm just gonna go for the throat right away. Eventually it's gonna come down to parry versus dodge roll. So might as well just go ahead and axe dodge roll because parry just feels way better than dodge roll. The skill ceiling. Usually you get an execution after you get the parry.
Giving us a slow game.
The Souls King himself axing one of the main mechanics. What is this?
When you compare
straight
and block with a great
blasphemy.
shield, you don't need dodge rolls.
Okay.
I'm with I'm with Caden on this.
Oh.
I'd rather have parry over dodge rolling.
I forgot you both are trash at Elden Ring, so
Oh wow, okay.
All right.
Steven.
Just because again, like I'm just thinking about the budget. I'm gonna have to delete summons. Like it's a great idea, but we just can't afford it at
yeah,
this point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Thanks.
2-minute cutscenes, man.
Thanks, Wes.
Sorry, Pokemon isn't a whole franchise, but
All right, back to Ryan.
We're gonna axe corpse explosions.
Ooh.
Yes.
Man.
Wait. Steven, do we have blocks or shields or anything?
We do. We got one.
I'm gonna blow my one block on Corpse Explosion.
On Corpse Explosion
Just-
for
just
one
to-
round.
just to
show
you
your
know,
love for Corpse
Just to
Explosion.
show my love, like Corpse Explosion and like Diablo, Dragon Age Inquisition, or Dragon Age Origins. Just love the Corpse Explosion. Feels real
I
good.
feel like I hurt myself more than I hurt the enemies with corpse
Yeah,
explosion.
it comes with territory. It's part of the fun, you know. Is there Corpse Explosion in D&D yet? Is that a thing?
Probably. So with mine, it's gonna be Corpse Explosion.
You exploded the corpse of Corpse Explosion.
Well, it could still happen in coup de grace, I guess. If we keep that in there, there could be an exploding
Yeah.
corpse.
Yeah.
All right, Caden, what are we doing?
Let's see here. I guess I'm gonna go for possession because the games that do possession tend to do it very well. Stuff like, you know, Mario Odyssey, or like, you know, Soul Reaver or something. But there just aren't that many games that do it, so I don't think I'm gonna miss
Yeah.
it that much. So sorry, Cappy,
Gotta-
you're not
gotta-
coming back
Gotta
for the
think of
next
that.
Mario.
Gotta think of that SEO. Like we need to sell to the biggest markets.
Yeah.
All right. I guess it stands out like a sore thumb. Probably not going to have that many like racing mechanics in our game, so I'll probably take out Drift Boost.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ooh, if I had another shield. This is real good.
It is really good.
Could you imagine like an action game where the slide is a drift
What is
boost
it?
and you can
Oh.
slide in?
If Vanquish, like you
Oh,
yeah.
for a certain amount of time or something.
I'd be
That
into
would be
that.
sweet.
Pretty good.
Man, just imagine
Well,
how
man,
lame any.
It sort of
racer-
exists in Titanfall 2 because the speed cap when they do that the hopping and then the sliding
Yeah.
is just
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
All right,
All right,
Ryan.
back around at the front.
You know what? Possibly a controversial pick here, but I'm gonna cut sprinting.
I can let it go because we've got other movement mechanics.
As long as, like, the base
it's
speed is-
unfortunate.
As
The
long
base
as the
speed
base
is
movement
high
is
enough that
fast
doesn't
enough, yeah. As
affect-
long as
yeah.
the base movement is fast enough,
If it's
okay.
like if it's like Gen 1 Pokemon walk speed, then it's a problem. Like, you know.
Wow. Yeah, that sucks. How is Chain Lightning still on here? We want Chain Lightning more than we want sprinting.
That's right.
We'll see.
And Corpse Explosion.
Shoda, where are we going?
Bullet time. We're getting bullet time out of here.
Dang it, man. What's the point of pairing if you don't get bullet
Oh.
time afterward?
Sorry. Should have thought about that.
Playing a game without a dodge roll.
I wonder what you guys are saving your shields for.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm saving mine for the obvious, but it's
Yeah.
well, maybe not be obvious.
Yo,
for everyone.
the slow motion chopping up into little bits and pieces and Revengeance.
That's
Gone.
pretty good.
Uh,
What are you
Alright,
getting
Caden.
rid of, Caden?
okay, let's see. I mean, I can live without experience share. It's just the one that jumps to mind, you know?
Yeah, that's
But
right.
all these, we're getting to the
Uh,
point where we have like
we're
fundamental
scoping
mechanics.
down-
like,
We're scoping down into a single player game now. Okay.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Well, so I guess if that's true, if we're scoping down into a single player game, we don't need Overwatch or Hero Sight.
Yeah.
Like it's a dope mechanic for a turn-based game, but if it's a single player game, when it's not going to come in handy.
Get it out of here.
Much like Rewind, I feel like that's a racing mechanic, not really.
oh, yeah.
Damn.
Someone's clearly
Gonna be
never
something.
played
Oh,
Brave.
we are not making the Sands of Time remake anymore.
Yeah.
Jonah.
Man. air juggle. We're just gonna get rid of air juggling.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Now that like all
Alright.
games are just Souls-like from now on, because the only thing that sets apart
Yeah,
action
yeah.
games is aerial combat.
Can we just say, like, literally, it's probably one of the greatest videos ever made. Is that Street Fighter 3 Alpha or 4 or whatever it is, that one that was like, this person had to do this many like perfect blocks and all this stuff, like when he had like 0 health. It's like, I'm not into fighting games at all. It is one of the greatest, most intense
can appreciate
videos,
the
like,
skill.
ever. Like, oh.
All right, let's see here. I'm not the most excited ever about remote projectiles.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
fine.
Like, probably the most exciting one I can think of is like Stinger from Metal Gear Solid, like 20 years ago or whatever.
I gotta say the puzzles in Phoenix Rising are probably they're the best puzzles they've got in that game. Are remote projectile puzzles. So yeah,
Cool.
just wanted to shout that out.
All right, so yeah,
what are we
Steven,
getting rid of? God damn it!
how are we getting close to the halfway point? Maybe we could do a recap soon.
Rage mode. I don't need. I like this to
Dang
feel.
it.
I like to feel powerful just in my normal form.
I don't know, man.
I don't need to have because I always don't use it, and then I accidentally click it at the wrong time anyway. Like I activate it, and because you're like, oh man, my health's really low, and you're like, oh, I just need to get through the rest of this fight, and it's just 2 more enemies, and then the fight ends, and you didn't garner back all the rest of your rage mode, and you just
That
like,
sounds
damn
like
it, now
a
I'm
you problem, man.
Oh.
Give me a Devil Trigger in Dark Souls. Let's go.
So
Yeah, no
honestly,
Devil
we're
Trigger anymore.
like looking at the list of what we've got left.
Hayden just needs 16 more saves, and he's happy. with this list.
Caden's thinking of it as like a third
general.
person
Action
game,
game.
but like I'm seeing like a pretty solid Metroidvania right now. Or even like a sweet
Like
like
side-scroller.
roguelike. You know?
And like, look, at the end of the day, maybe this is why Wes embezzled all this money. He's like, these guys have no idea. Maybe I can make some money on futures, and then we get out ahead.
Yeah.
Because these guys have no idea what they're doing with this video.
Yeah,
Right.
one might say his embezzlement is justified.
There's too many cooks. We all want something different.
What are we doing, Ryan?
Let's axe flying.
Okay.
Yeah, feels
It-
good when
it's a
it's
nice-
there, but
It's a nice reward. It's always a nice reward at the end of a game.
yeah. I'm
Like,
still
yeah.
kind of mad Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has a boat, but not a flying mech. It's like,
Absolute shout out to Child of Light, though. It is still an amazing turn-based Metroidvania game, but it just says, like, after 1 hour of play, it's like, nah, just fly around everywhere. Like, it's fine. And it's just, it still works, and it's awesome.
yeah, for sure.
All right.
All right.
I'm
Let's see.
gonna get rid of you know, I don't think we need free climbing in our game. I don't think it's
Damn.
necessary.
It's
As
not
long as
necessary-
like we can
damn
grab
good.
onto a ledge while we're like doing whatever, it's
Grapple
fun.
hook.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still got the grapple hook.
Yeah.
Still got a grappler.
I feel like auto res is for babies, so I don't know why that even made it this far. So
Wow,
You know,
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you're axing
sorry
that.
to the wolf. Sorry to the wolf. Like you're a baby. Baby game. Sekiro, no good. Baby game.
yeah.
Crazy.
Who needs the dies twice in Sekiro? I can parry still, so there's a hook shot. We're good. Steven, do you want to do a recap of what's left, or I could do it if you want? I'm
Okay,
kinda
so-
getting down.
Yeah, so we're actually getting down into some absolute bangers of game mechanics. We've got double jump, slide, wall run, teleport, parry, chain light. How is chain lightning still here? Hook shot, or grappling hook, health rally system, trick weapons, air dash, coyote time, lock on camera, which is kind of a mechanic, but yeah, whatever. Glory kill, coup de grace finisher, crafting, stealth, and backstabbing. So we're getting into
Man.
some really good shit.
Yeah,
right
check
now,
this out.
so-
If we take out crafting, backstabbing, and lock on camera and trick weapons, we still basically have Metroid Dread, I think.
Yeah, we have most 2D Metroidvanias.
Yeah.
And we take out lock on camera. Now, whose turn was it? Because you're
Your turn.
so lovingly interrupted.
Caden, will you DM me the updated list on Discord, please?
Yeah.
look, I don't want to get rid of this because I understand its intent and it's great and I love it in a lot of games. But I also understand it's not for everyone and it doesn't have to be there if you use the Arkham system or a 2D game, and that is lock on camera. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay,
And
that's
look,
fine. That's
I
fine.
play mostly unlocked on Bloodborne because you get a dodge roll instead of a sidestep. I hate the sidestep.
Right.
So
You're right.
Chain lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Easy up-
finally,
easy
finally, we
fix
keep forgetting it.
it.
Some
It feels
animated
like,
this far,
uh,
Corpse
it-
Explosion didn't, but yeah.
It feels like, what's it called? Bloody, no offense to the game, but the game with Amicia in it. What's that game?
Amicia?
Oh, Plague Tale.
Plague Tale.
Oh,
How-
yeah.
We just got forgotten for so long.
Does that game have chain lightning?
No, it won our last Kill Your Babies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Requiem
It would
did.
make it shit up.
Yeah.
That was the game on my mind from when you announced the full list. I'm like, oh, Plague Tale.
So we're gonna axe crafting. I don't even know why it's still here. We don't need it.
Damn it.
Get it
I
out of
love
here.
crafting.
Oh, shut
If
up.
the game has it,
Actually,
if it's not,
we did. Man, if we had base building, actually, that's what I'd almost go to bat for base
Ah.
building.
Yeah. Yeah, well, does something like making your own armor from monster parts in Monster Hunter count as
That is crafting.
Yeah.
That is literally
That's
crafting.
It's so
Oh,
good. It's such a
man.
good idea.
Oh man.
Video game design. It's
Okay.
essential.
So I
Ugh.
feel like unless it's
You make
focused on stealth is usually not good in a game. It's just like tacked on. I don't know if we're making a stealth game, so
Yeah, at
I'm
this
gonna-
point, we've got a lot of like fast movement and stuff,
Yeah.
so I don't think
Yeah.
stealth is necessary.
Oh man, that's tricky because you can still do it, but I guess it sort of falls into that system of, well, if we don't have stealth, we might as well not have backstabs.
Yeah.
Like you can still
Yeah.
get crits behind.
we
if,
got
like, an
parries and
enemy is
glory
shield-
kills.
Yeah, if an enemy is shielded on the front, you can still hit them from behind. It just doesn't mean you get 1.5 times damage.
Right.
Ryan?
Teleport.
Get it out of here.
Yeah. It's the weakest, but it's fun. It's fun to zip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all these other movement options are way better though. Wall run,
Yeah.
slide, double jump, air dash.
More engaging.
Yeah,
No, now
Um,
it's getting tight.
yeah.
Man, this is like I'm not a big fan of like Souls games and Bloodborne, but trick weapons are my favorite part of that game. So I'm not gonna
They're good.
tread on that. I think that is one that does need to stay. Honestly, if we're gonna have something flashy like trick weapons, that's where a lot of that budget is gonna be going to. So we're probably gonna have to axe the glory kills. So I'm sorry, that's out. That's gonna be my justification.
Nobody's
for it.
gonna shield glory kill. Nobody.
No one's gonna.
I would way
get to
rather have
watch-
glory kills.
No one's
with
gonna
trick
get to
weapons.
watch our like 3-second gifs of like Skyrim glory kills where they just miss the enemy.
Anybody
And they're
think of
at-
one game besides Bloodborne that has good trick weapons and is a good game?
No,
'Cause I
but
can't.
It doesn't matter.
I mean,
Does-
does Charge Blade count from Monster Hunter?
Oh
Um,
yeah, it does. Hell yeah.
There you go.
It isn't,
Yeah.
but it kind of is.
No,
the
it
fact
totally
that,
is.
the fact that you can also swap from single lightsaber to double
Hmm.
lightsaber in Jedi Fallen Order very quickly is. It's not, but it kind of
It's kind of.
feels in the vein.
It's a
I'll
trick.
allow it.
That's the way I guess if your opponent didn't know it was a double bladed lightsaber, that could cause some trouble. some problems.
Aha! Well, no one knew
Um,
about Darth Maul. There you go. He
yeah, I
still
mean-
lost somehow, even though he had the high ground. Like, okay, he had the high ground, but that's fine because you got plot armor. That's fine. No worries. Okay.
Well, what we've got left here, it is looking like some kind of side-scrolling platformer, perhaps a Metroidvania. But yeah, I still want trick weapons
Damn.
the least out of what's
So I guess
left.
wall run falls apart. Like if we're 2D now.
No, you can wall run in 2D.
Yeah, you could wall run in 2D, but
I guess
it's
you could
not
think,
as
like,
it's not.
It could be like spider
run
ball,
up
but you're
the
like
wall.
running
Yeah.
up the wall. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I
Well,
also
it-
like that in. Mario 64, and it doesn't teach you this, but just the fact that you get into the desert level and you just run at those pillars and then you can just run up them.
Yeah.
It's like,
Super weird.
this game didn't teach me this, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so trick weapons, if nobody's gonna shield it, and then pass it to Steven.
What?
We're not
Trick
gonna
weapons?
have any like
You
combat
actually killing
in our-
trick weapons?
Yes! Look at all this other good stuff.
no.
Metroid doesn't need trick. Wait a second. Is Samus's arm beam a trick weapon?
Technically,
Yeah, oh, damn,
Technically.
it is. It really is. Especially
Is
Metroid
the
Prime.
Mega Buster a
Metroid
trick
Prime 1.
weapon?
Metroid Prime 1 is because it changes between.
Yeah.
Yeah, and same with
Yeah.
Mega Buster, yeah. Damn it. Why did
It's a
you do
grapple
that?
hook, beam, rocket launcher all in one.
Oh, damn,
you
these
can
are
shield
good.
it.
Damn, these are good. No, because my favorite one's still there, but it is really
Okay.
good. Health rally system's great. It's a great
Yeah.
idea,
Mhm.
and it keeps you in the action. Oh,
Actually got Millennia's Great Rune way sooner.
so we've still
now,
got a
right?
hook shot. If we've still got a hook shot, we don't need a wall run, is my theory.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Mm,
this is
Man,
a
I'm
good
trying
game we've got.
to which one I like better. But,
Along that line, I don't think we need a double jump if we have a grappling hook.
yeah.
Shield! I need a double jump.
I mean, he's
I think-
right though.
It just feels good.
Like
Just
even if you
feels
take a
good.
game, like if you just put a double jump in Metal Gear Solid, it would be a better game, even though it doesn't
would be
need
a
it or
better
add anything.
It would be a better game. I would enjoy myself a lot. Oh my god.
All right, well, double jump shielded.
Like
Okay.
literally, I would love Hades if it had a jump button.
I'm gonna. It's weird because the air dash kind of feels like a roll, and we got rid of rolling, so I'm just gonna say air dash.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
just good.
I
This is
know
gonna be
it's
a hard
I
game.
I know
We
it's
need double
good, but
jump and air dash and grappling
do.
hook.
yeah, like
No, we don't.
And
We've got
you
four
need,
mechanics
and you
we can
need,
make.
and you need
Oh.
screw attack. You need them all.
So, are we whittling this down to one mechanic?
Four, because we got
Four.
four people. We can all program one mechanic. We're pretty good programmers, as you can tell, by us, investing in
It's gonna take us
$100,000
2
in a
years to
project.
implement one mechanic.
Caden, will you send me another updated list?
Yeah. So
We-
I'm up
we
next,
have-
right?
We have double jump, slide, parry, hook shot, grappling hook, a health rally system, and coyote time. This is tough.
So what? We just got to get rid of 2.
Yeah. So if nobody
Yeah,
shields,
so-
then it will
So
be
nobody shields, and we're there.
okay. To still have a fun game where it's fun to move around and stuff, and just traverse and jump around. I feel like we could axe the health rally system.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
all right, Steven.
would-
It's
I would
yeah.
love it.
Such a good idea. Such a good idea. Man, okay. Double jump, slide, parry, hook shot, and coyote time.
And
Oh.
does it have to be parry?
It might have to be parry, and it just
It
might be a
have to parry,
platformer.
and
I think we're just
it's a
gonna
two-
build
make
Mario
you
with
get 2D
like really
platformer.
good movement.
Nope, I'm
dude.
shielding parry.
Yeah.
I'm blocking parry.
Oh.
We're keeping parry.
This is
Yep,
crazy
alright.
how we've
All right.
I guess
essentially.
Man, how do you take out slide though? Because slide's good too, but
All right.
double jump's more important than
Ryan,
slide.
since you shielded, it's up to you.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Unless you're on a shield.
He already took out double jump. He's gonna take double jump again.
Hey, Mario
so
doesn't have a double jump.
We're grappling around. We got a single jump. We're grappling
Yep.
around.
hmm
We're parrying.
Sliding.
And luckily, because of coyote time, at least we can get.
I-
Even if we fall off a ledge for a second, we can get one jump.
I
So
like
we've got a-
that we
we've got a
have
mock double
parrying,
jump.
but
We've got a
no
mock double
like
jump.
no combat means. We're just blocking and running. That's all we're doing.
Yeah.
Man.
This is a pacifism game.
That's the thing, like as well.
I'm
like,
okay with that.
because you think about like the grappling hook can like also so we can stun with the grappling hook, which
Mm.
can happen in some games, and then we can parry attacks. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're a non-combatant in a combat situation.
No, we could
So-
we could definitely
Well, hold on, hold on.
use the grappling hook as an attack weapon. I didn't think about that. It just like
I lost the plot here.
Um,
Did we decide on the last thing we're at?
yeah, double jump.
Double
Getting
jump.
rid of
was
double
the,
jump.
was the last axe because if I had to take it out parry, it was going to get shielded. So
Yeah.
we moved
Well,
on.
well,
We
let's just
moved
go
on.
over real quick. So we've got slide, parry, grapple hook, and coyote time. So basically,
So we've
Yeah,
got, like I said, we've got a mock double jump, which is good.
Yeah. We can make
then-
Super Mario Bros, but Mario has a hook shot and
A hook
parry and
shot
slide.
And
So,
I actually, man, imagine
Yeah.
Mario can parry. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
just
Parry
sort of
the
like
hammers from the Hammer Brothers, like
yeah,
Oh
he just
my
does Royal
God.
Guard from DFC
Yes.
just with his like forearm,
Yes.
you know. Just,
Well, even like if you just did it like Paper Mario and you just press like B or A just as a hammer hits and you just shield and just boom, blast back.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so good.
it's crazy how
yeah.
we pretty much
Um,
did pare this list down to like the essential mechanics to make like a platformer. You know, it's like we could
Platformer,
still make
yeah.
a lot of legendary
Which
platformers
says that
with
these
these
are the-
mechanics.
These are the greatest mechanics in video games. It's official. Double
Yeah.
jump, supposedly not the greatest video game mechanic. It's pretty upsetting to me, but okay.
Yeah.
And also,
It's
obviously,
the
big
fifth
shout out
best
to-
mechanic, Steven.
It's the fifth best mechanic. It's true. It's the fifth best mechanic. So for all the GGD community, if you do see Wes out in the wild, we do need to serve him papers. So if you want to serve him papers for us, like just reach out to us on at Twitter at the Great Game Debate, DEB and number 8. Just hit us up, 'cause
Actually,
we can really help.
just be careful. Wes actually does control that Twitter for the most part, so you're
okay.
probably gonna want to
Um,
contact one of us directly.
But you could catfish him with like DMs to the Great Game.
Yes,
Twitter and,
yes. I like that idea. Yeah.
lure him somewhere.
Yeah, he's definitely not gonna listen to this episode.
I still want to run something by you guys. Imagine
All the people.
Super Mario. No. Super Mario Bros. But corpse explosions.
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
That's-
Wait,
bad.
if we do that, then we can put the bomb / rocket jump back in, so you jump
but
on the
also-
enemies and they explode you up.
Okay, let's backtrack. It's like, did we just completely negate the existence of bob-ombs? Like, are you just saying that bob-ombs didn't exist until today?
Yeah. Yeah, seriously though, if we asked grappling hook and parry and put back in corpse explosion and rocket jump, I mean that would be a fun game.
That'd be a good
Yeah.
2D platformer.
Yeah.
That would be
You
interesting
you rocket jump off the defeated enemies.
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
You know what would be a fun game in the future is if we did bring a pitch for like a design document for a fake game, and we each could only pick like 4 mechanics from the list. So
Yeah.
that'd be pretty fun. Cool. Well, thanks for putting that game together, Steven. That was a lot of fun.
yeah.
And we made it to the end of the podcast, so we'll go around real quick and just give everybody our final thoughts. As our guest, Ryan, I'll let you go first. If there's anything you want to plug / just any final thoughts you may have about anything at all.
Enjoy Spooky Month, everybody. If you have Game Pass, Omori is on Game Pass, both PC and console, and if you're not a fan of the very more typical horror games, Resident Evil's, Dead Spaces, it is a psychological horror that will mess you up in different ways, and is very good.
Awesome. Jonah, final thoughts.
I took up Wes's whatever that He Who Shall Not Be Named recommendation of checking out Cyberpunk Edge
For legal
Runners.
reasons, he shan't be named. Yeah.
Turns out he still has good taste in anime, but likes to
We've
embezzle
got
money.
bad taste in friends.
Yeah.
All right, Omori, Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Steven, you got anything to add to the mix?
Yeah, I just want to give a massive love and respect and shout out to the One Up podcast crew, specifically Mateo and Pucho, who had been coordinating with for our next episode, but because of Jonah's unfortunate homelessness, we couldn't record. So, but we definitely want to get you on the show, and yeah, check out the One Up podcast. They're pretty hilarious lads. Yeah.
Sweet. My final thoughts are Crystal Dynamics sent out a survey trying to gauge people's interest in the Legacy of Kain IP and asking what they should do, whether or not that's a remaster, reboot, sequel. And I really hope that they make another Legacy of Kain game, and I really hope that they don't mess it up. That would just
Buddy,
be so good.
you're not alone. I've got so many friends that are like, please just
Yeah.
port it.
Since the PS2, dude. It's been since the PS2. But yeah, I digress. I've been your host, Katie Berthe Lane. We're the Great Game Debate Podcast. And as always, happy gaming. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. As always, a big thank you to our friend Misdriven for the music in our podcast. If you like what you hear and you want to check out more of what they have, you can pay them a visit on Twitter at MIST_RIVEN 719 or on Bandcamp at Misdriven. Thanks again for tuning in. Till next time.